Well, hello everyone. You're here to show you the school puzzle portrait drawing right here, drawing coloring right here. As you see right here, is I went ahead and drew a picture of me right here, and it's like you got right here as a desk. It's like you have right here is like a scene right here for it's like if I were to be sitting in like a classroom, or it's like any other type of room. If I would be what you call completing any type of schoolwork or anything like that. But you have right here is I went ahead and drew like a say of like a portrait art right here of me, and you got the details right here of that my hair, and then always like you could say I could maybe include say some eyebrows, something like that. But anyway, but basically talking about with the school puzzle portrait is basically talking about if we all ever thought about is that if we can ask our question about that question to where that why we think a lot of times that pictures are important. It's like with most pictures that pictures that you would take with from family and friends events or whatever you call it, and family and friends, or it could be weddings, or it could be reunions, whatever it is. That a lot of times that you take pictures and then that you would upload it to like an online site, online photo site, such as say a few other places like Facebook or Twitter, other other internet sites. And a lot of times that you're probably thinking about is that with most of the time that some people probably say that why is it that really that why it's so important or whatever. And in a lot of ways I really think about it is that the fact about is with the pictures. But back in the old days, that I'm sure they had it to where that you got right there, you got right here is like a book right here. But anyway, that with you got right here is the white crayon right here, which that if most of us, if say bought a set of crayons, a lot of times that the white crayon is hardly ever used. And they say that back in the early 1800s, it is, I'm sure that maybe they did not even have crayons at the time or anything like that, or they were just what you call like a different design, the feather riders, whatever. But other than that you get right here is that you get the white, and then you got right here is the black. And but as far as I understand, it's like when to take a picture, that a lot of times it would appear in black and white. A lot of times it's like you have it appear in black and white. But basically, talk about with school puzzle portrait is about a story about your childhood. That a lot of times that some people probably say that it's like a puzzle. The way I describe it, like a puzzle that can be solved in a matter of say a matter of days or years or some such like that. That it's a puzzle that can be solved. You just work hard and get enough ideas for what you want to use for. It's like for what you want to put a piece together. But you got right here is like a little example right here of a puzzle, and I can go ahead and use right here is I got a variety of colors of green right here. See here, one I think Robin's blue green right here. But anyway, that go ahead and just add add some color, and it kind of make it look like softballs. I guess you have the softball shape right here. And here it's like you got that piece of the puzzle. But a lot of times, a lot of people probably that with pictures, with most pictures, some people probably say that if it's a school picture or any type of other picture that you're probably thinking about is like what makes it so important to why that people want to keep it. And then on the other hand too, that maybe why people it means that so important to that special certain memory. And a lot of people that I know ask that question if it's related to say an online site such as Facebook or Twitter or whatever. And I really just think about it is that if you were to take a picture of something, and a lot of times it's like that it's besides other than maybe print on paper or whatever. But other than that, if it were which you pre-copied or transferred to a digital picture frame, whatever it is. But anyway, but I really just think that that the whole matter is that when people they look at it as like more like a hobby, but then of course on the end too it could be say a job to where that certain moment to where they try to find out what year. And then a lot of people, whenever they take pictures, a lot of times they would probably say is like, I can't really remember what year it was and maybe what time it was and location, or maybe what type of utensils, what type of software, whatever it is that you used, whatever it is. But I would probably say that hey, it's like a piece of the puzzle. It's like you work hard to try to solve the puzzle, and I'm sure that if I say you get some experience just by as like if you were to maybe write a book, about that certain topic. That certain topic, could be about is maybe talking about is something to do with maybe something about your childhood, whatever it is. But anyway, something related to your childhood, maybe your favorite stuffed animal, whatever it is. But anyway, you got right here is you got that variety of colors right there. But then of course, start out with these colors. I'll go ahead and start out with the yellow and the blue. But you got right here is you got planet Earth right here. You got planet Earth. It's like you got right here. It's like the continent. You see here, North America, and then the South America right here. It is like it's like with Greenland, and then along with Europe and say Australia on this side. Other than that, and then if you say see here, go ahead and maybe draw the moon at about right here. But anyway, is talking about with school puzzle portrait right here is talking about is ideas for what you can use so far as working a puzzle. It's like any questions and answers. It's like think about it, it's like for what by what year was this? It's like a lot of us would probably say that about the so far is that with the between it's like the Civil War or whatever you call it, what year did that begin, or something like that. But anyway, but yeah, see here, go ahead and add a little bit of green right here. Say a little bit of green and then a little bit of blue. But other than that you have right here is a picture right here of me, and then along with this, like you got the school that would look at about me right there. and that would look almost like me whenever I was in school. But anyway, whenever I was in school, that they had it to where that they would have you draw some pictures, and then they would give you some work that you had to do. And then I remember a lot of times that whenever I was in school, all the way until like the 5th grade, a lot of times that they always asked me. A lot of times it's like, what do you want to be whenever you grow up? And then a lot of times that it's like I would put stuff like that I want to be an artist, or I want to be an actor, whatever it is. But then on the other hand too, that I guess my answer could more likely be is like I would like to be the one is to solve is put together what you call a piece of history that say is like so far as is solving a story of a mystery. It's like a mystery story. And so far as stories, which a lot of people probably say that is that once upon a time, which you say is a kid that it's like want to know about it. So far as this is like that maybe that he did not even know exactly maybe what 1500 stands for. It's like for military time it was. It's like for 1500 or anything like that, or it could have been something related to the fact about knowing about the time, or anything related to the different colors and the different artistic talents that you get to work with. But other than that, right there is that the Sarba is talking about solving puzzles right here, and then of course you got right there's. And then along here he's got the pen right here. with the pen is like so far is like with solving solving problems that we can also think about is like let's see, solving problems is that somebody talking about decimal fraction right here is like talk about is what the cube. The cube put a few line designs right here. A lot of people will probably say that, hey, this don't even make any sense. This don't make any sense, but then on your hand too, that like, well, it's not going to make sense maybe until it's like you start working more at it, maybe add more detail to it. But on your hand too, that it's like you say add more detail to it if you want to, maybe draw like a few designs about right down here, and then of course it's like add more pieces right here to the puzzle, and then maybe add a few stars in the center. There it is. It's like add a few stars in the center, and then of course a few dotted lines. So you could add a line right here, and then a line right here, and then a line right here, and it's like one maybe going diagonally down the across. It is. Other than that, is I can then go ahead and add a few stars right here. And then from there, and then of course is to draw a circle right here, and that circle could represent is like maybe for this the planet right here, or it could be represent as the moon. If we ever ever discover if there was any type of like the man that landed on the moon or whatever it was, it's like it's like by about what year? It's like by what year? It's like 1969, I think it was. Armstrong. It's like Neil Armstrong that landed on the moon. Alright, that you got right here is the moon right here. And then along with it's like the rover. Other than that, is like that we all know that if you don't put enough detail, maybe if we don't spend enough time, the more likely we may not know the answers to exactly what happened so far as that part of the story. Other than that, right there is you got the year, and along with the moon, and along with the colorings, and so far this is like for the portrait, school puzzle portrait, and along with there's a school coloring of the puzzle portrait coloring. It's like a drawing of me. It's other than that, it's like the school portrait card, coloring.